Hey guys, welcome back. First of all, I wanted to tell you guys thank you so much for supporting me and my first video. I do see all of you guys liking my video and tuning in to watch it. I also wanted to tell you guys that I'm sorry for the delay on this video. My grandma did pass away, and so I wanted to, get myself together before I came on here and give you guys a story time, because I want to give you guys my all. Also, if you guys hear noise in the background, it's my family. I am at my mom's house, and so just kind of ignore it. But let's get started. So it started in 2017. Roger is my high school sweetheart. I was with him in high school, and so in 2017 we decided to, 2017 we decided to have a baby. And he told me, like, we don't have to do this, we can wait. And I was just like, let's just do it. And he didn't want to do it because my parents are religious and he didn't want to have problems and stuff, but that I was being a necia. And so I told him that it was okay, like, my parents are going to be mad, but like, they'll get over it. So he was like, okay. So we tried a couple of months in, and he did tell me, like, if we can't get pregnant, like, this is it, we're not gonna try anymore. And I was like, okay, it's fine. I did get to a point where I thought, like, maybe I can't have babies, so it's alright, like, maybe it's just not the time, so I told him, yeah, it's fine, whatever. And then it was time to get my period, and I did not get it, and I was shocked because I would always get my period on time. And I was just like, what is going on? Maybe like 2 days, and then I would get my 2 days late in my period, and then the third day I would get it. That's how long it would take sometimes. And so when it was 3 days, that's when I was like, okay, something's up. I did have a friend, and I told her, like, she had a baby before I did, and I told her, like, hey dude, like, I might be pregnant, like, I do not have a pregnancy test, like, and I was home, my parents were home, and she's like, well, I have a present for you, so I'll just go take you your present, and in the present I'll have you have the pregnancy test in there. And then I was like, okay. So she came, she gave me my present, and I was nervous the whole time, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go take this test. And then I thought about it, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't, because they say, when you're gonna take a pregnancy test, you should do it in the morning, it's more effective and stuff. So I was like, maybe I should wait. And mind you, my parents were in the house when I was deciding all of this, and me being stupid, I went to my parents' restroom, So I went in there, and I was like, I'm just gonna do it right now. If I'm pregnant, like, it's gonna tell me right away. So I did. I went to the restroom, and I waited for these lines to pop out. And I see the first line, and the first line, if it's just one line, you're not pregnant. If it's two, you are. So I saw the line, and I'm like, okay, it's fine, I'm not pregnant, just another pregnancy test. And then I was like, okay, whatever. And then I, like, look away for a moment, and then I come back and look at it, and boom, the second line is there, and I'm like, holy crap, like, this is really happening. Like, I am freaking pregnant, and how am I gonna do it? Like, how am I gonna tell my parents? This is when, like, my little ass was like, oh fuck, I ain't brave like I thought I was, so I was hella tripping. So then I was like, okay, and I, like, tried to get myself together, and I texted Roger, and I was like, hey babe, like, I need to talk to you. And he's like, what happened? I was like, well, I'll just tell you in person, I'll tell you tomorrow. And he's like, no, like, if you're gonna tell me something, tell me now, blah blah. And I was like, no, like, please let me tell you in person, because come on, I wanted to see his reaction and stuff. And so he didn't let me, so I just told him, like, I'm pregnant, and I sent him the picture of my pregnancy test. And he was like, didn't reply to me. He was like, what the, in my head I was like, he's probably shocked, or he doesn't want to be with me anymore. Me being stupid, you know, your brain just plays with you sometimes. I was like, maybe he doesn't want to be with me anymore. I don't know, I don't know what I was thinking at that moment. And so I was like blowing up his phone, like, hey, like, are you there? Like, are you okay? Like, what happened? Like, how come you're not replying to me? I was blowing up his phone, being toxic. Just kidding. I'm not toxic. But I was like, hey, reply to me, and he wouldn't reply to me. So then a couple of minutes later, he's like, oh my gosh, and I'm like, what happened? Like, how come you're not replying to me? He's like, I was like, are you telling everybody? Like, what are you doing? He's like, yeah, I already told my friends and I told my sister. And I'm like, oh my god, I haven't told anybody, and you're over here telling the whole world already. And he's like, I was like, are you shocked or something? He's like, yeah. And so I saw him the next day, and then he told his parents before I told mine. So this was I found out I was pregnant like December 7th, around that time. In December I found out I was pregnant. Let's just put it that way. And you know, Christmas was coming up, my birthday was coming up, so I was like, I can't tell my parents because, you know, like, I'm gonna ruin Christmas for them, like, they're gonna be pissed, and, you know, I just want them to have a good time. And I would drink before I still drink, but I would drink and stuff for holidays and stuff. And so the one that noticed something was up with me on Christmas was my brother. And so he told his parents, and then his parents talked to me, and they told me, like, I should just tell my parents to get it over with, you know. But I couldn't. I was being a little PUSSY. So I was like, okay, you know, like, I can't tell them, like, not yet. And everybody was being very supportive. His family was being supportive, of course. And then my sister, she found out I was pregnant as well. So let me backtrack. So then Christmas came back, Christmas came by, and my brother was like, hey, you know, like, drink a beer and blah blah, and I was just like, no, thank you, like, I'm okay, you know. I was like, I don't feel like drinking, I don't feel good, and I usually do my makeup, you know, and stuff like that, and that day I kind of looked pale. I'll kind of like insert a picture here so you guys can see my face when it was Christmas. And he's like, what's up with you? Like, this isn't this, you know, like, you're not being you, like, just drink, and I don't know what. And I'm like, I'm okay, dude, maybe I'll drink later, like, or, you know, I was trying to play it off. So then a couple of days later, my sister, like, we were in the car, and then she's like, you're pregnant, huh? And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, you're pregnant. I already know you're pregnant. And I'm like, no, dude. She's like, don't lie to me. Like, excuse me. And she started crying, and I was just like, oh my god. And she's like, you know that I love you. I don't know why you did this. You know, she was just like, I don't know how to explain how she, you know, felt at the moment, because only she knows what she felt. But she started crying, and I was just like, yeah, I'm pregnant. She's like, how are you going to tell my parents? Like, you need to tell them. And I was like, I know I do, but I don't want to tell them, like, during Christmas or my birthday, because I don't want, like, I can pass a bad birthday, but I don't want them to pass, like, a bad Christmas and New Year's, because my birthday is in January. My birthday is January 5th. So I was just like, I do not want them to, you know, be pissed and not have fun and stuff. So I was just like, no, like, I can't tell them. So then that, you know, passes by, and then my brother finds out, and then he's like, you need to tell my parents. Like, so when my sister found out, I was like, okay, you know, I don't know, I'll kind of tell, you know, my parents. And then when my brother found out, they started, like, insisting, like, you need to tell my parents, you need to tell them. And I was just like, chill, like, just let me, like, sink this in, you know, like, I know I planned this, but now I'm being a little pussy. So we got to the point where my sister was like, you're coming today, because I was with Roger that day. She's like, you're gonna come. So my birthday and Christmas, New Year's, all of that happened like around January, like the teens, 18th, 15th. My sister made a box of, like, a baby, like the chupones and socks and the ultrasound and stuff. And she was like, today, like, because I was with Roger, so she was like, when you get home, I'm gonna have this ready for you, and today you're gonna tell my parents. Like, Edgar's here, we're all here, so might as well just get over with. And I'm just like, dude, like, I can't do that. Like, are you, I just couldn't. And they were like insisting so much. So Roger dropped me off and he took off. He left, and he was still here in Wasco, so he went to a friend's house, and I was still, I got here, and my sister was like, are you ready? Like, you need to tell him to come back, and because we're gonna tell my parents and I don't know what. So so then Roger did come back. He came back, and my sister was already kind of throwing hints at my parents, like something was up. Oh, I forgot a main point. Roger actually came to ask for my hand. When we were trying to tell my parents I was pregnant, but we pussied out. So we didn't actually tell them. But he just asked for my hand, so my parents were like, okay, like, so what's your plan? So they thought it was just that, because Diana was kind of like, so what if I was to be pregnant, Mom? Or what if Leslie was pregnant? And then she was like, "Estás loca, like, don't be saying that," So back to the day I was gonna tell, the day that came, that I was gonna tell my parents that I was pregnant. My parents came to the dinner table, and Diana was like, give them the box. And so, I gave the box to my mom. Oh, what was my dad actually first? My dad got the box, and he looked at it, and then he was just like, okay. And then my mom was like, ¿qué estás tratando de decir? What are you trying to say with this? Like, and I was just like, ¿cómo que qué estás tratando de decir? What am I trying to say? Like, look at the box, like, that's, I was like, well, what do you mean? And then she was like, yeah, what did you do? And then I was like, well, what do you mean? And then she started saying, like, she started crying, and she was like, yo no te enseñé esto, like, I trusted you, he doesn't love you because he didn't respect you, she was trying to, like, tell him stuff. And I told her, like, I wanted this too, like, you don't know everything yet, because I obviously haven't talked to you. I was like, but I wanted this too, and he does love me. I was like, that's why we're here today, to tell you guys that I'm pregnant. And so she started crying, and I was crying too, because, I don't know, I got sentimental. I was pregnant as well, so my dad was just like, okay, like, trying to, like, sink it in, and that's pretty much, how things ended. Roger left home, and I went to my room. My mom was just, like, crying. She cried almost all night, and so did I, because I didn't want to, hear her cry like that. And so I wanted to leave with Roger that night, but I couldn't, because my mom was probably going to trip out on me too, So my mom found out, and then she didn't talk to me for, like, I want to say, like, a week and a half. And so my dad was like, he was more like, hey, have you ate, this isn't, so my dad was kind of looking out for me a little bit more than my mom was, which is fine. I understand, like, I understand her now. And so I was just like, no, yeah, like, I already ate, or if I didn't eat and stuff. And so my mom, before, like, I told her I was pregnant, she also noticed that I would eat in the night a lot, but I just didn't know, like, I obviously wasn't going to tell her I was pregnant, so she was just like, you're eating a lot, like, what's wrong with you? Because I really wouldn't eat when I wasn't pregnant. So she was just like, what's wrong? I was like, oh, nothing. I was like, first you get me in trouble because I don't eat, and now you're like, you're telling me why am I eating so much? She's like, oh, okay, just eat then, so yeah. And then my dad would he would look for me a lot more, trying to make sure that I'm okay. And then my mom, she started telling me, like, hey, what doctor are you seeing, let me go with you, you know. So she's, you know, after everything happened, she was just like, okay, now I'm gonna get back together and, you know, be there for her. So I love my mom and I love my dad too, you know. So she went with me a couple of times to the doctor, and she got to see the baby and, you know, hear Aaliyah's heart beat and stuff. So with time, I stayed here like probably until I was like 4 months. And then Roger was like, hey, you know, like, you should just move in already. And I was just like, what do you mean? You know, like, I thought I was ready for all of this. Let me tell you guys, I thought I was ready, but I really wasn't ready. Like, I didn't know what I was getting myself into, you know. But I love my life, you know, and I loved him at that moment, and I still love him now, you know. So everything happens for a reason, you know. And so, where did I? And so then, I you know, I went to the doctor. Oh yeah, Roger told me that he wanted me to move in. So I was just like, okay, how am I gonna tell my mom? You know, like, she's kind of already like, she kind of already got herself together. Like, what am I gonna tell her that I'm gonna, you know, that I'm like, he wants me to go, and so obviously I wanted to go too, you know. So one day at the store, her mom has a store here in Wasco, and I told her, like, Mom, you know, Roger wants me to go out there, you know, like, are you okay with it? She was just like, well, you know, like, you're starting your own life now, so if you have to go, you have to go, you know. I'm not gonna stop you. There's nothing I can tell you now, you know. You already, you know, you're already pregnant, you know, and if he wants you to go, just go. And I was also in college while all of this was going on. So I ended up getting my stuff, and I moved down when nobody was home. I got my stuff and I left because it was gonna be even more hard for me to leave. So I was just like, I'd rather just do it when nobody's here, get my stuff, and get the hell out of here, because I'm gonna cry, and I do not, you know, like, I can't. So I got my stuff, and Roger came for me, and I just looked at my room and I told him, like, my heart, you know, like, and he's like, it's okay, babe, like, you know. And I'm like, okay. So I was just like, okay, I gotta get myself together, you know. So I got my stuff and we left. You know, I moved in with him. And let me tell you guys, the first couple of days I moved in, I cried in the shower because I miss my family, you know. Like, it's a huge change. So that happened, you know, and then I found out I was having a girl. And my sister and his friend knew what Aaliyah was, boy or girl, or that she was a girl. And yeah, we had a gender reveal and the baby shower. Amazing. Everything was super cute, super amazing. And I am so blessed to be where I am today. I love my family. My parents love Aaliyah. His parents love Aaliyah. You know, everybody loves Aaliyah, and they love us, and we love them. And I am super thankful for everything that I have. I am also, you know, grateful to have wonderful parents as well as in-laws. They're amazing with me and my family. And yeah, so this is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys want to see next. Let me think if I missed any details. I think I didn't. But now Aaliyah's gonna be 2 years old next month. So 2 years ago I had this beautiful baby. And yeah. Also, when I had Aaliyah, it was tough. I had how do I say this? I gave birth to her in 24 hours exactly. Exactly 24 hours I gave birth to her, and I almost got a fever. They almost took me in for a C-section and stuff. But thank God I didn't. I had her natural, and she's a beautiful, healthy baby girl, and I love her to death. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video, and I love you guys. Let me know what you guys want to see next. Honestly, let me know down in the comments below. I will also be posting on my Instagram some suggestions, you know, so make sure you follow me on Instagram and on Snapchat, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you guys. I love you guys. Bye.